Hello, Casper here. Welcome back to the channel. And today we will be diving into the Australian miners uranium down under. We will be looking at it on a monthly basis just to get the long-term overall picture of the charts, meaning we're going back 15, 20 years, or even more in some cases. Yesterday I did a 1 hour recording roughly with Andy from Finding Value Finance. You can check it out. It is uploaded as we speak. We go through uranium here, gold, silver, oil, gas, platinum, palladium, what we usually go through. So check it out. It's roughly 1 hour, depending on how much he has edited. So, but yeah, let's see where we are, guys. Uranium miners down under. And yeah, it's been kind of boring for the past at least 4 weeks. But hey, nothing goes in a straight line. So let's see where we are, guys. Let's see where we are. If you have a suggestion to a miner that is not too small, we can add it in here. We only have roughly 12, 14 stocks that we look at. So we can add in one or two if we want to. So let me know in the comments if you want to have a stock. But again, not a micro nano cap kind of thing. It needs to be not big, but it needs to have some sort of relevance, I guess. Okay. 92E. That's a beautiful name, by the way. You can see here we're coming into that mega support there at roughly 0.45. Again, we're getting a bit below here of that long-term, breakout line here. That's not ideal. Again, the month is still young. Still, we're only halfway, more or less. So hopefully we'll leave a wick here getting back above, and then we have confirmed that huge support. Also, this is the 30 weekly, by the way. It's not the 30 monthly moving average. It is the 30 weekly. So we're still in a massive uptrend here. We had a huge move up there, and this is basically the first pullback in a very long time. So again, pullbacks are healthy. Nothing goes in a straight line. I am not worried at all. AEE here just keeps charging up. You have that long-term golden trend line. This gap up here, I'm told, is because it was halted on this exchange for a long time, but it kept, trading on the European stock exchange. So when it opened again in Australia, that is the reason for the gap out. It is not a split or news or anything. We're just going sideways. You know the deal. It's very, very simple stuff here. You can buy that low there, or you buy the break. Usually, it's better to, again, it depends on who you are, but again, to buy the momentum. Again, it's a personal thing, I guess. But a third touch, and then we go. I've seen that many times before, so I wouldn't be surprised. But the longer the sideways we go, the bigger the move will get. H, the good old H, Alligator Energy. That's probably the best name, I guess. What do you think? Alligator? I mean, that's Australian right there, I guess. Here we have the long-term golden trend line. You know that we broke heavily in December 2020. Massive move up, squeezed up right there, and people was getting very, uninterested, and then boom, we broke out. So again, here the breakout is a fantastic breakout. The only downside now is that we're about to lose the 30 weekly. So maybe there is some more, sideways to down action before we eventually go higher. But again, these moves here with a very bullish pattern there. I mean, I would be insanely surprised if we stop here. Usually they target the triangle high and the measured move then later on for Alligator. Remember, this is the monthly, so a lot can happen in the next 10 trading days, so 20 or no, yeah, 10, 15 trading days. Bannerman, the good old Banny Manny. You can see here long-term golden trend line. Also, if you want to, you can actually add a trend line from here to there. You can see, the reason why we are stopping here a bit is because we have that coming across there. Zooming in here. This was, again, the 2021 highs. Massive consolidation breakout. Monthly, still looking really, really good. No denying that. I do have beliefs that we will visit, at least 12 here. That bull trap high, and eventually we could go higher if we really kick into gear for Bannerman. Again, this is monthly, so these are very long time frame fractals that we're looking at, setups. Basically, what you see, if you look at the monthly, basically what you see on the daily is pure noise. It doesn't matter at all. BOE, beautiful, still above the all-time highs. That was the consolidation, and we were breaking higher, retest. We're assuming the trend is up. So yeah, BOE, Boss Energy, there's no resistance above. Well, obviously there's a bit here because we're not at exactly, all-time highs. But again, it looks really compelling still. And Boss Energy is a $2 billion market company. So it's rather big. And yeah, the trend is up still. The monthly is good. No need to be afraid. Not yet, at least. Here we have a deep yellow. Good old deep yellow. You can see here we broke the long-term golden trend line. Beautiful. And we are having big resistance here at roughly 1.9. Zooming in. Again, the triangle high there. We came in, we tagged it, retested it, resumption, and now we're actually dribbling a bit below. So short term, again, that could be some boring months here in the making for deep yellow. But let's say all bets are off when we break out, when and if we break the blue and the horizontal, then all bets are off really. And we're going to tag that point there as the ultimate greed target for deep yellow. Elevate, long-term golden trend line broken. Very nice, we tagged it and then we just squeezed up straight below. The momentum usually is actually a lot bigger, when we leave such a really bullish setup. So the fact that the momentum is not that as strong as I would have expected is a little bit iffy. But again, here we have broken out still. We are about to lose the 30 weekly. Again, not ideal from a stage analysis point of view. But again, the month is young and hopefully we can recover it. But again, it could be that we're also going in for, again, testing that big breakout here for Elevate. It's still that move there and the flag is still very strong. And again, just like I mentioned about, I think it was Alligator, if this is the top after such a very bullish pattern, I would be very surprised. I would be very surprised. I did think, we need to have the spot price keep going again. If you look at the spot price on the daily chart, we are very oversold. Well, not very, but we are oversold on the daily for the spot price. So I do expect a bounce there pretty soon, which should help, obviously, the miners. This is GUI, Global Uranium and Enrichment. That's a very telling name, by the way. Yellow downtrend broken, and we're now going sideways out. And we have it there. Clear as day, this is your triangle. Hopefully, you can see we're getting some bidders in at the golden support and the blue triangle here. And if we break out there, that's a massive buying entry. No doubt about it. If we start to break, that probably means that we're going into the stage 2 incline to the upside there for GUI. So very interesting here. I think we need 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 more months, 2.5. Then I think we will get the result for that one. PDN, the good old Paladin Energy. I want to show you the move that it did in 2000s. I wasn't a part of it, but that is just, that's like a meme coin. That's insane. No pullbacks almost. It's just riding that 30 weekly, boom, and then game over, obviously. But man, what a move. I wish I were a part of that. You know, that small squeezing up there. Boom. Insane move. I know Rick Rule did very well during that move, by the way. Well, anyways, Paladin Energy. I mean, nothing much to mention, really. It's on a monthly incredibly bullish still. We tagged it there, that long-term double rail here. And then the most powerful setup that I know is if you have a massive move up into big resistance, you are not getting, fully rejected, big time, but you're just going sideways. You're coiling up below and then boom, you just cut straight through. Very low risk, high reward entry due to the pattern that we are seeing. Straight below, coiling up, a lot of energy. Again, came into that triangle high. Or am I line wrong there? Why do I have so much crap on here? Jesus. Yep, there it is. The triangle high there, again, that is the first target, pullback, breakthrough. Above the 30 weekly, in the gold, in that yellow uptrend. I mean, this is good. It might be a bit boring for the past 2 months, but again, this is good. You can also see here we have that big pivot low over there, and we tagged it, and we're pulling back. Makes total sense. So getting above there should take us, if we were to find the next big resistance, there's something here, you know, at roughly 3. So again, a double from there, and then we have the tops there at roughly 5. So again, Paladin Energy, until proven otherwise here on the weekly and the monthly, I mean, I don't see any problems with it. The only thing that most people need to I wouldn't say learn, but to really, I wouldn't say enjoy, but you know, just the patience. I mean, depending on where you entered, but just sit on your hands and wait for an excuse to get out. And in my book, right here, no, definitely not the case for Peninsula. I do not own Paladin Energy because the broker that I bought, that I used initially, I have 2 now, didn't, you know, allow me to buy into those. So I'm not saying that this is good because I hold it. I don't have PDN, but I wish I had bought in, you know, late 2020, like I did on the Canadian miners and so on. Pen here, Peninsula, again, underperforming, as I've been saying for the, I don't know how long, many months really still. Very, you know my take, I've said it before, you need to wait for the break above that yellow line right there. It is clear as day, and don't try to play tricky, even though the fundamentals might be insanely good. It doesn't matter. You wait for this period here, hopefully to break to the upside. Then you enter. Again, the fundamentals doesn't really matter in my view. It is nice to know that it is a great company, but price is all that matters. It is all that matters. That's the one and only thing that you should look at is price, price, and price. Same thing for like NVIDIA and all these companies, right? Trading at those levels right now doesn't make sense from a fundamental point of view. No, but the price, that's all that matters. SLX, Silx, what to mention here, we have been discussing about this for a long time, you know, rounding bottom here, a bit of a double top scenario, but we are at big resistance in this zone, you know, between 4.6 and 5.6. And we have come a long way. You can see here, this was the initial entry, the breakout here of that basing there. That's the entry or the retest. You can do it, you know, in different ways. So buying here, would you be buying right here? I would say no. I still would wait to confirm above that 5.6 or so, above that double top there. The trend is still up, however, but we do have some divergence there on the monthly. But again, you know my take, just because we diverge, it doesn't mean that we're, yeah, I've been promising you that video with regarding to RSI and how I view it. Maybe I should get my, I cannot say that word together and and make the video. Lotus here looks very compelling. Still has done incredibly well ever since the lows there in 2020. It has done really, really good. It's up, I don't know how much, 25x or so. However, breaking of that red resistance, and I think it will, the momentum is just charging up here. So getting above, let's call it 0.42, again, the 42, the 4.2 and 0.42. That number, guys, it's amazing how that comes up every single time. When it breaks, you just stay long as you're above that blue trend line there, and the 30 weekly should be somewhere around here, depending on how fast we go, obviously. And then you can, again, just sell into the highs there if you want to, you know, profit it. It looks incredibly good. This is probably one of the, you know, it has done well, but it still hasn't broken out, you know, big time like Bannerman and Paladin Energy. So this is, you know, a big one to get through. Yep, CXU, massive downtrend or channel there. We are breaking out heavily, big volume coming in. Should you be a buyer now here? No. The reason is daily. Let's go to the daily. There you have it. This is your, hopefully, your confirmation pattern for this very small stock, by the way, 40-50 million. So huge move up there. We are coming up from 1,000%. Wow, 1,000%. And now we are going in a bull flag or a bullish triangle, whatever you want to call it. It is a bull flag. So you can buy, you can have your stop below, or you can just buy the break, and you have, again, tremendous upside for this bad boy right here. Very strong setup, by the way, very strong. Almost like a textbook, flag right here with the, the periods between the tags. I mean, the time spent, it looks really, really good. The only downside, if I were to give a negative right now, is that we are to some degree bear flagging here. So that could mean that we lose the lower one. But for now, incredibly, incredibly bullish. And hopefully, the longer you stay, the bigger the blast to the upside. Our equally weighted ETF, not 100% adjusted at the moment, but it is still somewhat dead on. Not dead on, but it's still somewhat adjusted to the size of the companies. Massive breakout, as you know, huge squeeze going higher, and now you're pulling back again. But you know the thing, we're above the 30 weekly moving average, higher high, higher low, higher high, and potentially what looks like could be that higher low in the making here if we can start to gain some momentum. Can we look at the daily here to find any patterns? No. If I were to give my view here, is that this is actually a bit more bearish than bullish, given this sideways action here after that move down. So, but again, this is short-term momentum to the downside, and then you have the long-term stuff coming beneath it. So who wins? We will have to wait and see. The equally weighted ETF against the spot price. Very interesting view. We also discussed this last week. Very interesting what's happening here. Mega squeeze coming in, big time squeeze. And this is the highs of the last bull run, into 2021. And ever since, the miners has underperformed, even though some have done okay-ish. Well, they've done okay, at least for the past 6 months, the past 9 months or so, they have done quite well. But regarding in relation to the spot price, underperformed big time. But again, what can we see here? We're actually trying to make the false breakdown, and then we're trying to get back above the 30 weekly and the upper golden. Again, if we were to remove all my very badly drawn lines there, you have kind of like a zone, roughly here, where if we get above here, you can see it roughly. It's not as perfect, but again, getting above here with a big spike, that would be out of this world bullish for the miners, going to outperform finally again the spot price. You can see here, this was when we started the last bull market, roughly here on that bull flag. So we are actually below the levels. So the miners are undervalued heavily ever since the last bull market started, or the initial bull market, let's say, if you measure it against uranium. So very, very intriguing point here again, but we need the confirmation. This, even though it looks good with that little cup and handle play there, we need the confirmation with some nice green bars for the next few weeks to come. So this is potentially very, 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 very good. Hopefully in like 3-4 weeks, when we look at it, we have these massive green candles coming in. That's what we're waiting for. So monthly timeframes, do you enjoy that? Usually I look at the weekly, but again, the monthly sometimes, again, the bigger the time frame you look at, the less noise you see. Especially right now, basically what's happening on the daily is just noise, right? It's down 6%, then up 4%, down 5%, up. It's a bit choppy right now, even though we have a bit more, I would say bearish bias right now, at least here in the short term. That's it, guys. Uranium miners, ASX. Any comments, anything, any questions, any do you disagree? As always, let me know in the comments below. I would love to have, a different view. Am I entirely wrong here? Maybe I am, but at least give me your feedback on where the miners are going. With regarding to the fundamentals of the spot price, we're still in a huge deficit. That's also why, from a fundamental point of view, I'm incredibly bullish. because I don't see how the prices in uranium spot price, over time shouldn't go up a lot more than we are today. It doesn't make any sense. Again, I could be wrong on that one, but fundamentally, this is probably one of the best, supply and demand cases that there still is, in my view. So yeah, let me know, guys, in the comments. As always, I love to read them in the morning. Have a great day, and yeah, stay safe, guys. Bye.